اوكي بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. So today inshallah we are just continuing from where we left off yesterday, discussing Jumlah Ismiyyah, and we're just going to do these exercises. If we have extra time, we will look at the workbook, the Bayina workbook, and do some exercises from there as well. Now, just maybe a reminder, each one of these examples that I tried to give here is capturing a different kind of Jumlah Ismiyyah, just so that we can have a conclusive revision of all the different kinds of Jumlah Ismiyyah that we have covered in the Bayina group. Okay. So we had done up to number 5, sorry. We'll continue off from number 6. So what do you guys think? Li Ahmed. First of all, how do I read this? Who can read this for me?
لأحمد بنت صغيرة لأحمد بنت صغيرة أحمد
Final
right?
answer?
Because the li أحمد yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we're going to put a fatha there. Sorry. What did I do? Oh, okay. Ahmed. So yeah, Ahmed is one of the partly flexible names. So we cannot say li Ahmadi, even though lam is half of jar. So we're going to read it as li Ahmada bintun saghiratun. So what do you guys think? What is happening in this?
Sister Ilham, I just want to have a quick question. Are all the names are partly flexible, like all non-Arab names? Like Samirun, Sami, these all are partly flexible?
Sami is partly flexible because Sami is non-Arab.
So how would you differentiate between Arab and non-Arab name? How would we say?
Okay, so Ahmed, we know Ahmed is an Arab name. But the reason why, if you watch the video on Mamnu' min as-Sarf on partly flexible, the reasons is what determine. Like the reason why Ahmed is Mamnu' min as-Sarf is not the same reason as non-Arab names. We know one reason is non-Arab. That's a reason for being partly flexible. But Ahmed is an Arab name. So why is it partly flexible? Then we look at the other reasons. So Ahmed, for example, is partly flexible because it resembles a fi'l. Like if somebody did not know Arabic and he was taught aslama or other, isim fa'ils like akbar, things like that, then they might be confused. They want to know, is this a name, or is this an action, or is this an isim? Like what is happening here? So because of that, because it resembles a fi'al of the pattern af'al, then it is labeled mamnu' min as-sarf, partly flexible. Is that clear? So
Ahmad, yes, ma'am. Ahmad, that you told me that it resembles a fair. That one, it's there in the lecture too. Like a few other names, like when I was doing this EMSL book, that there was Samirun. So Samir is Arab, non-Arab name.
No, Samir is Arab.
Oh,
Samir.
no, this is what it comes with the knowledge, with how flow with the class, or like I was confused. Like how would we know Arab and non-Arab names and all?
So I think it just comes with the knowledge, because if you can trace it back to root letters in Arabic, like Sin, Mim, and Ra, if you can check in the dictionary, you put Sin, Mim, and Ra, and it actually gives you something, then that's an Arab name. Okay, like it's derived from something.
Okay, inshallah. Jazak.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have Li Ahmada bintun saghiratun. What do you think is happening here?
Harf jar plus ism.
Okay. So what kind of
it's a sentence with Jumlah Ismiyyah. So is will come like Ahmad has small sister.
Yeah, so when we look at this, we see that Li Ahmada, this is all joined. It's one word, one bucket. We put that in one bucket. Then we ask ourselves, is there any relationship with bint? Is there, do you think? Does the bucket
No, it doesn't have. No.
So that tells us there's a break in the chain, right? Oops.
Okay.
Yeah, so we know this is a break in the chain because we have one bucket and then it doesn't continue, then you have something else. Okay. So now we figured that the is comes after this part, but then this structure, like he was saying, what exactly he was saying? This is a jar majroor followed by a common mubtada. Is this a normal Jumlah Ismiyyah or an abnormal Jumlah Ismiyyah?
Abnormal, because
Why?
the mubtada is
Abnormal?
common.
Yeah, but the mubtada is
Yeah.
common, is it not?
Common.
Common, yeah.
Yeah. So in as
But-
much as it is abnormal, it's not, there's no specific meaning. Right?
Ikhtisas is not there, right, Sister Ilham?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no
It's
exercise.
Yeah. So if and how do we translate a Jumlah Ismiyyah sentence that starts with a harf jar and a majroor?
Has, right? Possession sentence, right? Is actually basically a possession.
Exactly. So now how do we translate لأحمد بنت صغيرة?
Ahmad has a small daughter.
Ahmed has a small daughter or baby
I'm
or
s-
yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't get. If it starts with harf jar, what does it possess?
So normally when it starts with harf jar,
Yes.
like for example, if I say li kitabun, how would you
Yes.
translate that? Li kitabun.
For him is the book. Oh, yeah, he is his book.
Li. Li. How do we translate li? Lam harf of jar plus e.
Is that for?
So okay, so those are two words first of all. So you have lam, the harf of jar, and then you have an attached pronoun that is e or ni. What kind of attached pronoun is that? For li,
It's for me. Yes. Me.
yes. So when I say li, what do I mean?
Okay. It's mine.
Yeah. So when I say li kitabun, it becomes
My book.
I have a book. Okay.
Okay. I have.
Because whenever you have half of jar plus like a half of jar in a sentence, then that's going to translate as I have.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So not only that, if I say li qalamun, you will say I have a pen. Or lahu bintun. How would you translate that? Lahu bintun.
Lahu. For him is the book. For him is the pen.
He has a daughter.
He has a daughter. Okay, so I want you to get this. You have to get this today, inshallah. Okay. So you have harf of jar lam. Sorry, I was trying to do something. That's why I'm not able to write. So let me write now. Okay. So you have harf of jar lam plus
Yes.
a pronoun. Let's say who. Okay. And then you have an isim that comes after that. It could be qalamun, babun, kursiyun, kitabun, whatever. But it has to be in rafa form because that's going to be our mubtada. So when you look at a sentence like that, lam plus a pronoun plus an isim, this is a jumla ismiya. How do we know that? Because jar majroor, this will be our muta'alliq bil khabar. And then whatever comes after it, remember we said that the most essential part in a jumla ismiya is the mubtada. So the first rafa we see, if for example this was lahu kitabun, this rafa that we see is going to be our mubtada. So this will label it as our mubtada, this is our muta'alliq bil khabar. Now lahu, for him. We know lam means for him, who means him. So that means lahu, for him. But then again, when you have this structure, Ustad told us, gave us a hint, we don't translate it as for him is a book because it's weird English. So we just say he has a book. So instead of for him, we say he has. Is that clear?
Okay.
Okay, great. So now I'm going to give you an example.
Yes.
Lahunna masjidun.
Lahunna masjidun.
Them ladies have a masjid.
Yes, that's correct. But I want her to do it. She has to do it. You know, so you don't have to do it. Okay, I'll give you another one. Okay, and nobody said except her. Okay. Okay, so let's say lakum baytun. Lakum baytun.
Lakum baytum. So for you all is a house.
So how do we translate it? The way Ustad taught us.
They have a house.
Lakum. You just said
Lakum,
it correctly?
oh,
No.
lakum is for you all, and
Uh-huh.
baytun is house.
Uh-huh. So who has a house?
All of them. Lakum, all of you.
Ah, there we go. All of you have a house. So
Okay,
you all have a house,
Okay, you all have a house.
right? So now you understand how we got Ahmed has a small daughter, Li
Yes.
Ahmed. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how you put the invisible has now in this case.
Okay,
Instead of
then
is, we use have. Okay.
Jazakallah khair.
Wait, yeah, okay. So let's go to the next one. Who can read this for me, number 7?
Ar-rijalu fil mustashfa.
So you said ar-rijalu, which means
Oh.
there's an alif here, but there's no alif. So how
Ar-
else would you read it? Yeah.
Rijlu.
Okay. That's a way to read it, but then rijlu means a leg. So you have to ask yourself, would it make sense if I continue reading it as rijlu? Maybe in some hospitals, I don't know, because fil mustashfa means in the hospital.
Yeah, another.
So if I say a leg is in the hospital, does that make sense?
No.
Okay. So how else can I read this word? What do you think?
Rajalu.
Ah, there we go. And what is ar-rajulu?
Ar-rajulu, the man,
Yeah. So ar-rajulu fil mustashfa. The man.
is in the hospital.
Exactly. And what kind of sentence is this? What kind of
This is a Jumlah Ismiyyah
yeah, but how do we know that is a Jumlah Ismiyyah? What is a giveaway?
because of the alif lam,
Mm-hmm.
the proper noun.
Yeah. So we have this one, there's several ways we can look at it. We can say it's proper followed by common, but then again, there's a break in the chain as well because you have a rajulu that's just standalone, and then fil mustashfa is one bucket. So you have a break in the chain of some sort. So we can say proper plus common, although fil mustashfa, there's no really commonality there because it's a jar majroor sentence. So maybe we can just say break in the chain again. All right. So yeah, we translated this. So the man is, so after the man, we put the invisible is because the Jumlah Ismiyyah. So the man is, once you find the break in the chain, put an is in the hospital. Yeah. So just remember, rijlun, leg, rajulun, man.
Yeah, quite similar, aren't they?
Yes, very close. All
But
right.
Ham, so we can say the khabar may be hidden or it's like
Definitely. Yeah, like yeah. So you will find
mahdhuf, yeah.
yes, the khabar is mahdhuf in this case. الرجل قائم في المستشفى. The man is standing at the hospital. So the standing, which would be the khabar, is mahdhuf. It's not mentioned. Yeah. Or الرجل موجود, present في المستشفى. Things like that. So that's how Arabs understood Jumla Ismiyyah. Yeah. Okay. This next one, who wants to try and read this?
I want to try this one.
Yes, please.
Al-Maliku,
Uh-huh.
Zoom, Malim,
Uh-huh.
Kasirin.
Uh-huh.
It's a proper noun.
Mhm.
It's a proper noun followed by a nidafa.
Mm-hmm.
Zoo is a mudaf.
Mm-hmm.
Malin is mudaf alayh.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think Malin and Kasirin is Mawsuf Sifat.
Ah, yes. So when you look at this, do you see that this chain just continues? This one bucket, all this goes into one bucket. Then it's not related to Al-Malik. So what does that tell you?
There's an is after Al-Malik.
Exactly. There's an is after Al-Malik. But when you look at Dumal, is that proper or common?
Common.
Common. So this also proper
No.
followed by common.
Wait.
Huh. Is it or
Sorry.
is it not?
Yes, it's common. Because
Yeah,
Mal is common.
Exactly. Mal is common, so this whole structure is common. And you can also see from the sifa, it's also common.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this whole thing is common. So proper followed by common. That's another way of looking at a Jumla Ismiyyah. Yeah. Okay. So how do we translate that? Al-Malik, the king.
The king has lots of mal.
Yeah. The king is. Okay, so how do we translate this? This is going to be interesting.
The king is the possessor of lots of mal.
Ah, there we go. So because do means actually possessor, so that's how we go. And we know we have to put the invisible is. So the king is a possessor because it's not proper. So a possessor of a lot of wealth, we can say, or richness, or money. Mal, like wealth. The king is a possessor of a lot of wealth. Now this
I
one I
have a
put it. Yes, please.
So you Qadim and Qaim has the same meaning?
Sorry, what and what?
Qadim and Qaim has the same meaning, standing?
Qa'im, a stander.
And Qadim.
Qadim, someone who's coming. Like with a dal, you let me write it here so that you. So you're saying Qa'im with a hamza, Qa'im,
Yeah.
and Qadim. Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Okay. So Qa'im, the root letters you can see is Qaf, Hamza, and Mim. And Qadim, the root letters is Qaf, Dal, and Dal, not Dal, Dal, and Mim. Qa'im comes from Qama. Qama yaqumu, qawman fahuwa qa'imun. Is the isim fa'il, the one doing the standing. So the stander, for example. Normally with isim fa'il, we just add er. So to stand becomes the stander. That's how we understand it. Of course, that's not a word, but that's how we understand it in Arabic. Qadim, qadama, to present or to come forward. So qadim, somebody who's coming forward, right? Of course, you can't put an er to that. It's going to be a mouthful, but that's how we understand. So they're different. They're not the same.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, in example number 8, I know is invisible is there, but for a better translation, would it be okay to say the king has a lot of wealth?
Yes. Yes, that would be a better translation. I don't know, it might be confusing for some people because they might assume that's a kana sentence. Because if you say has, then somebody assumes there's a kana there because the word for
Okay.
has or was.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in the translation, since
No.
we are learning, we are putting is, but if we see a translation, actual translation, there might be a has there, right?
Yeah, no, sorry, you're actually right. Has is not was. I'm confusing. Was is kana. Has is different.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
say actually. Yeah, that's better. The king has a lot of wealth. Yeah, much better.
Okay. Thank
Better
you.
English. Yeah, true. It's just that it's better to demonstrate the is, but what you're saying is also
Yeah.
valid. Yeah.
Yeah, we can write is, but when we see a translation,
Yeah.
and through translation, we are trying to figure out what is mubtada and what is khabar or mutalik bil khabar. And then,
Yeah, you're right.
okay, thank you.
Thank you too. Yeah. That I was a bit confused. Thank you. Okay.
So
let's-
Ilham,
yes.
has doesn't say that it has kana, right? Has doesn't show up its
No,
kana.
No, it's
No,
was. I
no.
was confusing with was. Was
Okay,
then
okay.
kana. Yeah. Because there's no has is more possession also. Like I have money. Like when we were doing this part, Ahmad has a small daughter. It's not a kana sentence, it's just possession, which is similar to a possessor of. Of course, this is more literal because possessor of is mudaf ilayh, and then you have the is there. This is like exactly what this sentence is saying. But then for translation purposes, we can say the king has a lot of wealth because it's the same thing. The meaning is the same. Okay, number 9. Who can read this for us?
Yeah, can I try?
Yes.
Al-Maliku amama sayyara.
Okay, good.
So Al-Maliku is
Just a
Mubtada.
minute. Just a minute. Now, there's
Yeah.
a difference between this word and this word. That's why I put them here, actually. because I wanted us to figure out the difference. What do you think is the difference?
The angel.
That is another one. We can maybe put that somewhere. That is Malak.
Al-Malik.
I think it's
Al-Malik.
Mulku.
No, it's Al-Malik.
Al-Malik. Yes. So what does Al-Malik mean?
Owner. The owner.
Yes. Yes, the owner. This is Al-Malik. It doesn't have the alif. So when you have the alif, it becomes the king. Maliki Yawmiddin. But then you go to some places in the world and they read that ayah, Maliki Yawmiddin, the owner of the Day of Judgment. We read it as the king of the Day of Judgment. Some people read it as the owner of the Day of Judgment.
So Malik is the owner, Malik is the owner.
Malik
Malik.
is the owner.
This one.
Yeah.
This is the owner. This is king. Clear?
Could you please put the angel one also that with the harakas so we see the difference?
The angel would be Malak. Malak. Owner, Malik. With a kasra.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
So I'm just going to write it here then. Al-Malak. Malak. Okay. So those are the three conditions. Of course, how do you know it's not an angel? Because you look at the context. Amama Sayyara. Is an angel going to be Amama Sayyara? What is Amama Sayyara?
In front of the car.
Yes, in front of the car. We don't expect the angel to be in front of the car. So we know this is not the angel, right? So it's either the king or the owner. But then we look at the harakat, definitely the owner. Okay. So let's figure this part out.
Quick question.
Yes.
It could have been Amama Sayyara without the al.
Yes, it could have.
So
But I
that
put
would
the
have
al
been
in
in front
purpose.
of a car.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you guys think? Is this what kind of a Jumlah Ismiyyah is this?
It's Al-Maliku is Mubtada and
Uh-huh.
Amama is special mudaf
Uh-huh.
and As-Sayyara is mudaf ilayh.
Uh-huh. So what is this?
So
then?
yeah, this is mudaf ilayh.
Uh-huh. Is
So
it?
break in the chain is after Al-Maliku.
Okay, good. There's a break in the chain. But wait, Amama Sayyara is
It-
proper. What do you guys think?
Yes.
So could that be a khabar?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it proper because of the special mudaf?
No, it's just proper because maybe we're having a conversation. It could be, what is it called? What is it called?
Jins?
No, not jins. Idea, is it something? I've forgotten the name. But it's the lam where we're speaking about something and you're familiar with it. Like if I say, she came with a book. So I've already mentioned a book. Then I say, the book is new. You already know what I'm talking about when I say the book, right? I'm talking about the book that she came with. So this kind of like a similar thing. When I say Amama Sayyara, you know which kind of car I'm talking about. You know exactly the car that this owner is in front of. It's not some random car. It's a specific car that we are talking about. So that Lam al-Ahdiya is it? I think it's Ahdiya or something like that. I will check. Yeah, so that's basically kind of it. So this is breaking the chain, we've said. Chain. Okay?
Amama is a special mudaf, right?
Yes, it is.
So special mudaf are treated as muta'alliq bil khabar or khabar.
Oh yes, they are treated as muta'alliq bil khabar. You're right. This is not a khabar. This is the muta'alliq bil khabar. So the khabar is mahdoof. Good catch. Yeah. So yes.
I checked on almani.com. It says that Malik is the owner and Malik is the king.
Malik.
And we also have in Urdu, Malik is the owner.
Oh really?
Yes, in
Ah.
Urdu, Malik is someone who owns something.
Oh, okay. Then I totally sort of swapped those because they keep confusing me. That's why I put them here. and I still messed it up.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just fix that. Then we put an alif here. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't get why is Imam Siyara proper?
Because of this lam, this kind of lam.
Oh, okay, yes, this
You
lam is
understood?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Of the ka. Okay, good. Malik, king. Malik, owner. Okay. I need to say that maybe like 5 times for it to register the damage that I've done to myself. Okay, number 10. What do you guys think? Who can read this, first of all? Somebody read this.
Zalikal walidu al-karimu maridun.
There we go. So what do you think is happening here?
So dalika is ismun ishara, al-walidu is musharun ilay, and karimu would be its sifa. And then there is a break in the chain, so maridun would be the khabar.
Exactly.
And yes,
you should teach. That was very
I
well.
do.
Oh, okay, good. That's why you were very precise.
Okay.
Good, mashallah. So how do we translate this?
That noble father is sick.
That noble father is sick. Is there questions there? Did we see how this is all related from here all the way up to Karim? Yeah? Okay, no questions. Good. Right, number 11. Who wants to read this? Nobody wants to go? Is it so daunting?
قلمي هذا جديد.
Yes. قلمي هذا جديد. Yes?
Is that the case when the haza goes at the end?
Yes.
Totus?
Yes, this is the case. So I want you to tell me what's happening here. What's the mubtada? What's the khabar?
So should I tell or the one who read it should tell?
I don't know who read it. Do you want the one who read it? Do you want to continue with this one?
Yes.
You can try. Okay.
قلمي هذا. This pen of mine is mubtada and jadidun is khabar.
Okay. So what happened with hadha? Why is hadha here and not at the beginning?
If it would be in the beginning, then the translation will be, this is my pen.
True. Yes. If we put it here, then there will be an is, because qalami, what would happen? No, because because for you to have an ismul ishara and musharun ilay, you need the second word to be proper.
Al.
Yes, you need al. And this is a mudaf. This is an idafa. It can never have al. So how do they fix it? They put the hada at the end. Okay. Right. So we know qalami hada, this will be the mubtada, and jadid would be the khabar. The break in the chain is here. That's where the is will come. And that's why we say this pen of mine is new. Again, here, breaking the chain. Any questions on that? Are we all familiar with that concept of hada going at the end?
You said kalami is a mudaf.
Yes.
And the mudaf ilayhi is hada.
No. So qalam is one word.
Okay.
Then we have the attached pronoun e. Qalami. My pen. Okay.
Sister, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
Yeah. What would happen? I'm a bit rusty on this. What would happen if hada came after jadidan? But because I think Ustad said sometimes it comes out at the end. Would it change the meaning?
Okay.
I just forgotten about it a bit.
Okay. So we have to understand where the fragment ends. So we want to point at this pen. That's what we want to do. I want to point to my pen. I want to say this pen of mine, something about it. Okay. But I can't point at it because qalami, my pen, is an idafa, and it cannot be proper. I cannot put an al here because we know mudaf does not take an al. So how do I point to an idafa? So I have to put the hadha at the end of the idafa, not at the end of the sentence, but at the end of what I'm pointing to.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
So continuing with the same question, if Jadidun was before Hadha, how would we translate this? It would become a fragment.
Yes.
So it would be Qalmi Jadidun Haza would become
it would be a weird thing.
New pen of mine.
Yes.
This new pen of mine.
Yes, and then
it would be a fragment.
Fragment, basically, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So in this new pen of mine, so new pen is the sifa of pen. So wooden pen, new would be al-jadidu?
Yes. Qalamil jadidu hadha. Because this is proper, al-jadid will have to be proper. Yes, you are right.
So haza goes at the end when the ismul ishara is mudaf. Musharun ilayhi is mudaf.
Yes, when the musharun ilayhi is mudaf and it's an idafa, and if there are any descriptions to it, all the descriptions will come, then the hadha will go all the way to the end. So if I'm pointing to, maybe I'm pointing to this pen of this beautiful new pen of mine, I'm going to put all that before I put hadha. So all those sifas are going to come before, just like you said. So this jadid will come here, but then it will have al. So all those sifas will have al, because an idafa is always proper. Okay. Good. We are revising a lot of concepts at the same time, so alhamdulillah. Who wants to read number 12?
Can I read, ma'am?
Yes.
Sister Ella?
Yes, please.
Hada kitabul ustazi.
Yes. So where do we put the invisible is?
This is the Hada. It's a break of chain. Hada. This is the book of Ustad. Ustad's book.
Yeah. So we have Ismul Ishara, and then the second one does not have al. So without al.
Mushara without al.
Yeah. So this is pretty straightforward. And of course, kitab would be the mudaf, kitabul ustazi, the mudaf ilayh. Of course, this means this is Ustad's book. We can just say Ustad's book. So this would be now apostrophe s would be the idafa. Now we have a damir al-fasl here. Who wants to take this last one?
That is the mosque.
Yeah. So what is our mubtada? What is our khabar?
Dalika is mubtada and masjid is the khabar.
Yeah. So huwa al-masjidu. So the ways you can look at it. So you can say dalika is the mubtada. Then huwa al-masjid is the whole thing is a khabar. And then inside that khabar, there's a mubtada and a khabar. Or you can say this is dalika is mubtada 1, huwa is mubtada 2, al-masjid would be the khabar. So, but I prefer to look at this whole thing as the khabar. Just, yeah. So that, but the meaning doesn't change. The meaning is the same. Whether you put it in a bracket or you remove the bracket, the meaning is the same. So this one is, how do we do this? We can just say this is referee pronoun.
A referee pronoun is called Damir Sha'an.
Fasl. Damir al-Fasl.
Damir al-Fatr. Damir al-Fasl.
Shan is the one that is translated as the fact of the matter is, like Qul huwa Allahu ahad. Ustad mentioned this. Qul, the fact of the matter is Allah is one. Say to the people, the fact of the matter is Allah is one. Okay. So this, how do we translate this?
That is the mosque?
Yes, that is the mosque. And of course, we know Damir al-Fasl, there's some emphasis. So maybe we can make this bold, like that is the mosque. Maybe you're talking to somebody and they tell you, no, that is the mosque. That's the one we were talking about. So, sort of like some emphasis there.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Can we say that this is Mubtada and the khabar is Jumlah Ismiyyah, Huwa al-Masjidi is the khabar with Jumlah Ismiyyah as a khabar?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
And then we can dissect it. And can you said, because I'm not good with the Arabic terminology, Zamirul Fasl, what is the English of that? Zamirul Fasl?
Referee pronoun.
Referee pronoun. And can you explain Zamirul Shan? I forgot what it is.
So yes.
Another thing is why we will not translate the huwa here.
Yes, we don't translate the huwa.
And that's because we have
the huwa is basically for emphasis. That's why I put this thing as bold. The masjid.
Okay.
So, and again, it's called just a referee pronoun, because what it does is when you have a pointer, you can't, if you point to something that has al on it, what happens?
It's proper, specific.
Yeah, but what happens when you have a pointer plus al?
It becomes a fragment.
Exactly, it becomes a fragment. But what if I want to point at something that is proper? Like maybe I'm talking about a specific masjid. I want to tell you that is a masjid. So you see, it creates a problem. So the way that the Arabs solved it is they put up this huwa, just so that we can separate these two and it doesn't look like I'm pointing, like it's a fragment. So now it becomes a sentence when I put the huwa. And like the sister said, you have that dalika will be the mubtada and this part will be now the khabar. But we don't translate huwa. The huwa is just emphasis now.
Okay. And Zamir Shan, can you explain what Zamir Shan is?
Yeah, so just like I was saying, Damir Shan is the Dhamir is huwa. It could be attached or it could be independent, but it's either the huwa version or the here version. And it means the fact of the matter is. Maybe I will share my notes on Damir Shan.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
Yeah,
if you can do it next time or
on the group,
on the WhatsApp, if you can share and just if a voice message also explaining that, if you can leave it there, that would be helpful.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
I'll do that. All right. Any other questions in that section? Okay, great. So now we continue. We had done all the way up to Salamun Alayhi. We had done not a lot, but yeah. And we struggled with Lakinna. We discussed this in the group, alhamdulillah. So we figured that out, even though we still don't know what this sukoon here means, but beyond us, I guess. So let's go to this one.
I have, since we are going to finish soon, I have one more request, that if for Jumlah Ismiyyah Ustad, I know in the beginning spent so many lectures on it when he first started. If you can also spend some time explaining all the exclusivity that when is an abnormal sentence, because I think I need much more understanding of exclusivity.
Okay, no problem. Here's what we're going to do.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
We can do maybe these 3 ayats.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll have time. And then in the workbook, meanwhile, if we don't get to the workbook, you will have to do it on your own. But if we manage to look at the workbook, if you go to the workbook from chapter 5, part 1, this is where the Jumlah Ismiyyah discussion starts. And there are many exercises here. So you have chapter 5, part 1, and after every part, you have an answer key. So you would see, like it will give you an exercise here. They will tell you to find the mubtada, the khabar, muta'alliq bil khabar. So you look at inna dina. I think we had done this before. Or inna rahmatallahi. You see that's a joint thing. Qareebun, breaking the chain. Min al muhsinin. Min al muhsinin will be the muta'alliq. So you do these exercises. And then after that, you go to the answer key and check, how did I do? Okay. So
I have one question that I did it a lot time before. Maybe I need to do it again. But I know that when in the beginning Ustad had it, there were a lot of mistakes. Does anyone know? And he corrected it, and we corrected. In the textbook there were mistakes, or exclusivity was not translated that well. Is there a newer version? Because he said that edited version of the textbook would come. Do you know that in the last year or so there is a new translation, edited version of the textbook or not?
Honestly, I don't know. I've been using the same one since, and when I spot mistakes, I correct them. Like, in my group, I would just tell them, okay, this, we would all agree that it's a mistake, and then we know that it's a mistake.
Okay, but if you can ask someone that if a newer version came, that would be good.
Yeah, we can find out. We can find out.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Where can I find these exercises?
Somebody can share it in the group. If you have this workbook, because mine, as you can see, it's very.
It's there in the WhatsApp group, Sister Ilham. They can check the media, and because once it was shared, it's there in the media. You can see the documents.
Maybe they joined in late. Maybe they joined in late.
I'll just share it. I'll share it right away.
Okay, Jazakallah.
Okay. Yeah, mine is all messed up. I write everywhere. Anyway, so let's do this. 3. We see the time. وهو الحكيم الخبير. This is easy enough. What do you guys think?
So huwa is the mubtada.
And
al-hakim al-khabir is the mawsuf sifa. Not, it's a sifa, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's how we're going to say it right now. Al-hakim will be sifa 1, and al-khabir will be sifa 2. But of course, we know that when it's talking about Allah, then it will be khabar 1 and khabar 2. Right? Yeah. Okay. إنما البيع مثل الربا. Oh, so wait. So if it's a sifa, what is it connected to then? What have we done here?
Al-Hakim and Al-Khabir is Mawsuf Sifa?
Yes.
I think Ustad said that names of Allah can be Mawsuf Sifa.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If it's going back to Allah, then it's going to be khabar 1 and khabar 2. But because, well, we are assuming we don't know. Like, we don't know if it's going back to Allah. Or we know it's going back to Allah, because this is the Quran and it's Al-Hakim, Al-Khabir. These are the names of Allah.
Yes.
So yeah. So maybe we can just, based on the fact that we know, why is it behaving weird? Okay. There. So yeah, so if that's the case, then we know this will be the khabar 1, khabar 2. And khabar, we were doing khabar which color? I think green. Green. So we'll just say, yeah, stick to it like that. Better to be safe. إنما البيع مثل الربا. What do you guys think? What's the mubtada? What's the khabar?
Innama is mubtada. Harf nasab plus ism mawsul. Sister.
Okay.
Innama ism mawsul. Bay'u mithlu. It's innama al-bay'u mithlu is a mubtada because it's ism mawsul and silatul mawsul. Sister Ilham, am I correct?
So this ma has a different meaning. But yeah, you're right. So this whole thing would be the mubtada. But this ma, you know how inna makes it ism nasab? So we expected bay' to be mansub because inna, right? But then this ma is called ma al-kafa or something like that. I'm not so sure. Let me just confirm. Ma al-kaffa, yes. It's called ma al-kaffa. It takes the meaning of only or just. Okay? And when it comes with inna or its sisters, the effect is cancelled. So we expected it to be mansub, but because of this ma, which kind of stops the meaning of stops the inna from doing its job, so it remains rafa. So yeah, this will be our mubtada. Okay. So
Sister Ilham, ma is not ma is ism mawsul, Sister Ilham?
Yes, it's an ism mawsul, but
So
it's
can't ism
kind
mawsul
of
be
ma.
the harf of nasab, and it's ism ma?
Yeah, it is ism. That's why it is. It takes the. It is mansub, so it is taking the effect of inna. So that's why the effect of inna is not going to al-bayu, because ma is taking the effect. It is ism of inna.
Yeah, it
And
kind of stops.
okay.
Yeah. So al-bay'u will remain rafa, or any word that comes after the ma would remain rafa.
Because there is no reason to make it nasab or jar. That's why, right, sister?
Because this ma stops it. Like it's called ma al-kafa. Yeah, it stops the effect of inna. That's just how they look at it. Maybe I will do more research on this ma, because I'm not really familiar with it, and try and see, like, is it a normal ism mawsul or is it a different kind of ma? I don't know, because there are so many different kinds of ma, so maybe this is one we haven't learned so much about. So if that's our mubtada, mithlu riba will be what?
Mudaf ilayhi?
Khabar.
Khabar.
Yes. So that's our khabar. Okay. I hope you can appreciate the way Jumlah Ismiyyahs, the way they are created, like so many varieties. You can see all these different varieties. Wallahu.
Sister,
Yes.
Sister Ilham, so innamal bay'u mithlu riba means only the trade is like the riba, is like of riba.
Yeah. They say trade is just like riba, or trade is only like riba. So you have to figure out where to put the inna. So there are people who say this, the Quran is quoting some people who are trying to justify that taking riba is halal, because they're saying, oh, it's just like trade. There's no difference. You put a profit on trade. Riba has interest. It's like profit, it's the same thing. So Allah is kind of like warning people who do this.
So here is come before innama, just to make sense.
Yeah.
Even if it is mubtada, but to make good English,
yes.
we will
we find a way somewhere to put the only, like where it makes more sense. I think even Ustad mentioned this innama business at some point. He said like innama translates to only, and you have to find where to put it, the only. That makes sense. Yes. Okay. Wallahu ghalibun ala amrihi. Do you think?
Allah is a mubtada.
So the lafz al-jalala will be the mubtada.
Mubtada. I'm so sorry. Lafz al-jalala is mubtada. Ghalibun is khabar, and ala amrihi is harf jar plus jar majroor plus mudaf ilayhi. That is MBK.
Oh, sorry. Can you see? There's this blue. Yes. So harf jar, majroor, mudaf. The he is the mudaf ilayh. So that's one bucket. متعلق بالخبر. Right. What kind of a Jumlah Ismiyyah is this? What type is this? What do you think?
Allah is victorious over all the matter.
Yeah.
All these matters.
Yeah, but what tells you that this is a Jumlah Ismiyyah? When you look at it, you see Wallahu, then you see Ghalibun.
Because it's Rafa?
Yeah, Rafa, and you have proper followed by common. So that's a dead giveaway that this is Jumlah Ismiyyah. Okay, proper followed by common. Okay, so we have 10 more minutes. We can continue some of this ayat. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. What is
Can I try with this one?
Yes.
ذلك الكتاب is ismu ishara musharin ilay, and it's mubtada. لا ريب فيه. There is no doubt in it. والدليل المتقين. It's
It's complicated.
Is this Jumlah Itiradiyya? It seems like.
I don't know if it is the I'tiradiyya. I figured this out. I don't know why I've forgotten. Like there was a time I was reading this and I was like, yeah, this is this is that. Now I'm drawing a blank.
I saw Ustad explaining this like before. It is like interrupted sentence.
It is, okay. Maybe if it is in interruptive sentence, then that is what the sister was saying, i'tiradiyya, interjecting. And if that's the case, then okay, so this will be something else. Maybe we can look at we can go to tafsir.com and somebody can post this in the group again. Thought I figured it out, forgotten. So somebody can post this part.
Hello, yeah, I can try. It is, I think we can do the Arab like it is Zalik al-Kitabu is Mubtada, and the rest we can in big brackets put all of it as Jumlah Ismiyyah, and then break it again, the Jumlah Ismiyyah as La Reba Fi as Mubtada, because Reba is ism, and then fihi hudal lil muttaqin as mutalik bil khabar for this Jumla Ismiyyah. Does this make sense? And then again we can break it again as lil muttaqin as mutalik bil khabar.
Actually, yeah, it could be. Actually, I think I remember something from what Ustad explained. There are
Because
several ways of looking at this sentence. Yeah. So you could say that book, no doubt in it, or that is the book, no doubt in it, or that book is no doubt in it. So you could put the is here, you could put the is here, you could put the is here, you could put the is that book, no doubt in it, is guidance for the so you can really put the is almost in all of these different places, and it will give you different meanings and just expand on the meaning.
Yeah, one question, like this lady said that la rayba fihi, we can make it as a khabar, right? She said
Mubtada.
Yeah, mubtada. So how can
I said it is Jumla Ismiyyah, and the whole Jumla Ismiyyah is khabar.
Yeah, so how can we call la rayba mubtada? Isn't mubtada supposed to be rafa?
That's true.
No, because first I'm saying that consider it khabar of Zalik al-Kitabu, and then as further dissecting the Jumla Ismiyyah, then la reba, because it became light because of la.
Yes, that's the answer.
Originally it was rafa.
So let me just explain a little bit. This is la nafiyatu lil jins. This is la of absolute negation, like la ilaha illallah. That's why raiba became light because of la. So that's why I'm saying the is could be here, the is could be here, the is could be here, the is could be here. So you could put the is different places and it will give you yeah. So Asma Rasul is saying there's absolutely no doubt in this book would be more appropriate. Okay. That's
Sister,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sister, when you said that you can put is different where, I kind of didn't understand that, because if we were putting is further away, then that means whatever is coming before is
one
mubtada.
bucket. Yes.
Yeah, one bucket mubtada. Okay, so you mean that the whole thing can be in one bucket. Okay.
So let me write this down here so that you can see what Ustad was saying.
That is the book, right?
Yes, that is the book. That's one option. I'm going to make it small so that I fit all the sentences here. I want to fit all the sentences here. That is, if I put is after al-kitab, Then I can say, sorry, that I wrote this. Sorry. That. Although, yeah, that also there's some debate on that. But anyway, let's just go with that. That book is has no doubt in it, we can say. Why is it so big? I'm trying to.
In the first sentence, you are putting is before zalika.
Yes.
So you can do that?
Yes. But I don't want to go into so much detail on that because I'm just following the Surah Baqarah deeper look series that Ustad gave. And these are the different scenarios that he presented. So you can say that is the book, no doubt in it. That book has no doubt in it. You can also say that book, no doubt. In it is guidance. So you can say something like that. So yeah. So and I think there were like 5 different sentences that Ustad gave.
Yeah, I also saw that.
Yeah. So and I think somebody is saying also, Asma is saying Ustad mentioned this book as it is in front of you. Like Zalika was used like this book. So that's why I was using this. But we can all confirm with the Deeper Look series. We can all maybe go watch Ayah 1 of Surah Al-Baqarah, and we can get an understanding of this ayah, hopefully. Maybe you can do one more and then we can end. And I will still have like 5-10 minutes if anybody wants to stay behind and ask questions. No problem, Asma. It's fine. Okay, so وَهُوَ اللَّهُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَفِي الْأَرْضِ. What do you think?
Why is Mubtada 1 and Mubtada 2?
Okay, so let's figure that out. So we're saying وَهُوَ is Mubtada. And we're also saying Allah, Lafdul Jalala is another Mubtada.
No, I know this can be covered as well because it's Rafa and after, right?
Yes, it is actually khabar because there's no skinny version of Lafdul Jalala. You can't make it light. You can't remove the al from Lafdul Jalala. It's always proper. So if I want to say He is Allah, I'm always going to say He is Allah. There's no common version of Allah. Allah is always proper. Or rather, Lafdul Jalala, the name Allah is always proper. Right?
Yes.
Can I ask you a question, not from this ayat? When is Lillah, then in that, is Allah proper? Because it's together, written together.
Yes, always.
Lillah, so Allah is proper?
Yes, Allah is the name. Lafdul Jalala, the name is always proper. Always.
Okay, even if Li comes before it, right?
Yes, because you can have a jar majroor with a proper majroor.
Okay, thank you.
Like in this case, fi samawati. As-samawati is proper. It's the majroor. Yeah. So fi samawati. Yes.
If huwa is mubtada the 1 and Allah the word Allah is mubtada 2, is that also possible? And He is comma Allah in the heavens and in the earth.
But that won't make
and we would not have a khabar in here.
It could be, but that won't make any sense in an aqidah perspective, from an understanding perspective, because Allah is not in the heavens and the earth. Allah is on His throne. As Muslims, we believe, where is Allah? Allah is on His throne. So when we say, and He is, and He, Allah, is in the heavens and in the earth, that is a very Christian mentality. This is not an Islamic mentality. So even though grammatically it can work, but from an Aqidah point of view, from Tawheed, we know this is not right. So we can't say
that. Can we also say that if we just want to look at grammatically, tell me if that is right. My thinking would be that it can't be Mubtada, regardless grammatically. Allah can't be Mubtada too, because usually if the second rafa should be khabar, because having two mubtadas and no khabar.
It's possible.
Yeah,
It's
it
very
is possible. Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, it is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
So
it could, the
it
khabar
is
could be
possible, you're
mawsuf.
saying.
Yeah, I think her confusion was huwa is proper, al-lafz jalala is proper. So, and we know khabar is mostly common. So she was looking for something common. And
Okay.
yeah, so that was her understanding.
So so grammatically it is possible. Okay.
It's possible,
Thank you.
yes. Yeah.
And
Fi
the
samawati-
huwa could also be Zamir Shan.
Yes, yes, absolutely. In this case, yes, the huwa could be the miru sha'n, and therefore, you know, the fact of the matter is, but then again, the meaning would not work, because you can't say the fact of the matter is Allah is in the heavens and the earth. So
Still going
Can it
against
be
the
Mausuf
syllabus.
Sifa, Huwa, and the word Allah?
how would you translate that?
Mausuf cannot be just pronouns, right, sister?
Yes, yeah, mawsuf cannot be a pronoun. Yes, yeah. Thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, so it cannot be mawsuf sifa.
Could the word Allah be the outside doer of huwa?
No, huwa is not a verb. Huwa is a pronoun.
Yeah.
Yes, forgot. Thank you.
No problem. It's good. I like those kind of questions because they make you think. Can it be a badal? Somebody is asking, can Allahu be a badal? The lafz al-jalala. It can, which is what the sister was saying basically, mubtada 1, mubtada 2. So it can be a badal, or this can be damiru sha'n, and then a lafz al-jalala can be a badal. But then again, the meaning would make sense. The context is refusing that kind of grammatical analysis. So this part, because this part has to make sense, and not just make any sense, because we're talking about Allah, it has to make appropriate sense for Allah. Like it has to befit His Majesty. We can't just translate anyhowly, you know. So yeah,
Okay.
it can be grammatical.
Sister, yeah, I don't want to take your time here, but when we are going to write a note about Zamir Shan,
Yeah.
Just use this ayah also, because you said Hova here is Zamir Shan.
Okay, no problem.
Later. Yeah. Let's go forward. Yeah. Thank you.
Fine. So fi samawati wa fil ardi, quickly, what would that be?
This is MBK, right?
Yes, this is MBK, because harf jar fi samawati, ati ending, so we say that's jar, and fil ardi, this is majroor also. Yeah,
This was come in one bucket because of wow, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is one bucket. Yeah, so wow is the connecting harf. So it's
So
connecting.
how will we translate this if we cannot say He is Allah in the heavens and in the earth? How will we translate this?
That is how we say it. What we don't say is He, Allah, is in the heavens and the earth. You see, if you put the is here, then it won't make sense. But if you put the is here, then it makes sense. He is Allah. Whether He's in the heavens, whether it is in the heavens or in the earth, He is still Allah. See the difference? Where you put the is, the meaning completely changes.
Okay, so He is Allah in the heavens and in the earth.
Yes, that's the correct translation. Yeah. Okay, I think we can officially end here. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات وذكر الحكيم. السلام عليكم.